Bought it a year ago from my local New Holland Case New Holland dealership. They're in Washington, New Jersey, 40 miles away. And it's the biggest tractor I own as far as farm tractor. And it has heat and air conditioning in it with a full cab. None of my other farm tractors have heat and air conditioning in them. None of them have cabs on them. None of my farm tractors. And I have a problem when I'm baling hay, pulling a hay wagon on my one field that's on the side of a mountain up there. After I have more than a half of wagon full of hay, the other tractor just doesn't have enough power to keep the PTO and the baler moving fast enough. And as you know, if you don't feed the baler, it wants to be fed. It wants to be fed. It doesn't want to starve. You got to keep the baler fed. So I have to drop down to first gear with my case tractor. So it's strong enough to pull it up the hill, and yet you're not feeding the baler. What happens then? You get stupid bales. You get small bales, because the plunger only wants to go about 13 times and he wants to kick a bale out. And if you don't feed it fast enough, the bales either get small or the thrower, the New Holland thrower, will burn the plastic string out and you lose the bale. So not only do you get a small bale, you might not get a bale at all, because the way the belts are made on a New Holland baler, if you don't push the bale out fast enough, the belts will burn the string. It didn't happen when I used to use the old style string, thistle string. It didn't do it, but because it didn't burn the thistle string. But nobody uses it anymore. Everybody's using plastic balers twine, and it burns. It gets hot and it burns. So there's a couple of good things about this tractor that I like. The steering column. Once you get in the tractor, you can pull the steering column down and get very comfortable. The other thing is that I love is I have a buddy seat here that came on this tractor. And this is when my grandkids come up, they can ride with Grandpa. And I think that's wonderful. And I got a lot of them, 11. So it has a lot of good controls, a lot of modern stuff in this tractor. And yeah, it's four-wheel drive, as you can see. I added some weights to the back because it didn't come with all them weights. I added more because I think the tractor was too light, and has some big doors on it. Yep. Come around the back, I'll show you something else. These are the hydraulics. You hook them up to the baler, you hook them up to the thrower. On the mower conditioner, you need different hydraulics. This feeds the hydraulics. And this is another thing that I made here. This, how come it won't come out? That's interesting. Oh, wow. I made a bushing. The hole that they give you on this tractor is like 1.25 inches in diameter. And all my machines are 1 inch, and there's a lot of play in there. So what I did is I made a spacer in there. So there's not so much free play on the pins for my wagon or even my baler. I think my baler has a 3/4 inch hole in it. And so I made this little bushing so that works. That's it.
Is it giving you any trouble?
Yeah, a couple. Had a couple leaks. A couple weeks ago, we couldn't get the hood open. It was just like, I don't know, mechanism was dry. Didn't have any. I only have 105 hours on it right now. Get a little bit of trouble. Yeah, it had some leaks, hose leaks. The loader has a hose leak right now on it.
Wasn't there something with the shifter in your hands or something? Or was that
Well, originally when you used to shift it into third gear, your hand used to hit the loader mechanism, but Jimmy took it apart and we got the handle for the loader control, moved it away 2 inches because you used to shift it into third, and if you weren't paying attention, you'd hit your knuckle. And I complained to the dealer about it, but they didn't seem interested in doing it. Actually, I can show you where it is here. So this is the shift handle. This here's the shift handle, and this loader handle used to be down over here. And we found the way of raising it up and turning the handle. So now we have room. Now you have room here. Before you had no room. Other than that, it's not too bad. I guess the other thing is, I don't know if anybody knows about, there's a pedal down there underneath the seat, which is called the power divider, or you could positive traction. Well, you can't step on it. When you're sitting in the seat, there's no way to sit, there's no way to step on it. You'd have to stand up because the way they have it underneath the seat. Kind of stupid design, but one day when I get time, I'm going to take that handle off and bend it around and make it come up so I can step on it. That's to lock all the wheels in. That's if you're starting to slide, you push on that pedal with your foot, and that locks all the wheels up, and then you got more traction. But I don't know how they designed it like that. It should have been if it should have been electrical or something. Like some of my other tractors have electrical. You push the button and they all lock up. Okay, let's continue.